Well, did you know it's estimated that 18 billion pounds of plastic waste flows into the oceans every year from coastal regions? That's a big number. And the equivalent of 5 shopping bags of plastic trash sitting on every foot of coastline around the world. It's absolutely insane.
It's absolutely insane indeed. Well, Woolworths is partnering with several organizations for Plastic-Free July to do something about it and, of course, to help change the behavior causing it. Leading by example at Strandfontein Beach were volunteers, Woolworths and the Wildlife Fund SA, the TWYG Sustainability Organisation and the Beach Co-op.
South Africa is the 11th worst country in the world when it comes to our waste management. We're really needing to look at how we manage our waste better to prevent it from getting into our river systems and onto our beach. And the message to try and consume more responsibly and sustainably is what we're here to do.
Yeah, I think there's 2 major reasons why we do these cleanups. The one is it gives a really strong educational message. So just by getting people out on the beach, they can see the scope of the problem, and it makes them realize, how serious it is that we deal with our litter crisis. And the second reason is by picking up plastic while it's still in big bits, we get it out of the environment. If we leave it here, the sun will slowly start to make it brittle and it'll break down into tiny bits of plastic, which can then get into the food web and cause all the problems that people are worried about with microplastics. Okay, so most of the litter that we've been picking up today comes from Cape Town. So we're dealing with the symptoms of a local problem, and we should be solving that problem locally.
Today, Woolworths' role in the beach cleanup is to firstly step into the community, make a contribution, but ultimately be sponsoring the day. And it's about getting people involved and making a difference in some manner or form, however small it may be. It is a complex and multifaceted issue, and it does entail many of the stakeholders, industry, retail, the consumer, all playing their part, key to the success of phasing out single-use plastic and diverting from landfill, and ultimately at the end of the day develop a strategy that is holistic and meaningful to address the issue across the board. Okay, Woolworths is in the process of rolling out a reusable bag to replace a single-use, commonly referred to as single-use plastic bag, primarily to switch some of our packaging and to be a zero waste to packaging waste to landfill by 2020.
The aim is also to educate schools, staff and customers on the importance of doing something as simple as taking a day at the beach and carrying a roll of garbage bags.
It's important to keep our beaches clean because it's not just my beach, it's everyone's beach. It's the future generation's beach. Everyone's going to be using the beach, and also we want the planet to last.
The reason I'm here is because I'm trying to do a bit of a contribution and do my best to, help out where I can. Why is it important? Because it affects all of us and we don't realize it.
From doing my first beach cleanup, I realized the impact that plastic has on our oceans and the environment. It might seem like a little, but it makes a difference.
Actually, I think it's really important that the youth get involved. They're still able to change their behaviour more easily than adults, and they're a really good way to get the message across to the broader community. And B, they're going to inherit this mess if they don't do something about it. So, they're the guys who've got to stand up and do something. And we're seeing that with the climate change movement as well. They're the only people who are really making a difference are the kids at this stage.
The Dirty Dozen is a catchy slogan to identify waste types.
With the Dirty Dozen methodology, what we're trying to do is change people's behavior as well. So while you're busy logging the top 12 items, we're trying to get people to reduce how much they purchase, how much single-use plastic they bring into their homes, and by so doing, live a more sustainable lifestyle.
So the Dirty Dozen is just a gimmick that we came up with to get people a little bit more focused on collecting data. So we picked 12 items that we felt were representative of different types of litter, and so we just get them to record those, and it gives us a little bit more information than just picking up rubbish and throwing it into the landfill.
So today we're collecting as much plastic, we're educating, making communities aware, and when you get your hands dirty and you start digging through the sand, you actually see what you have put in the environment and your impact. It's important to promote collecting and recycling of plastic because plastic is ubiquitous. It's everywhere. It's part of every part of our lives. But we're really bad at what we do with it. We're irresponsible how we use it, and we're irresponsible how we collect it. And that needs to change. When we look at how much plastic is actually going into our oceans and into our landfills and how much damage it's doing, and so often you'll find, I don't need plastic earbuds. I don't need a coffee cup lid. I don't need individually wrapped sweets. These are items we can do without. Get rid of them, change your lifestyle. It's so easy.
We believe really strongly that doing things like cleaning up beaches, visiting landfills, really reminds you and gives you a very stark awareness of litter and the irresponsible behaviour that we've become used to, and how important these practices and these events are in changing consumer behaviour and involving as many people and stakeholders and retailers and Woolworths especially who are trying to make a difference.
We really need to get to major changes in our lifestyle, otherwise we're really at risk, not only in terms of the environment, but as a species on this planet. We're beyond the capacity of the planet, and it's a really scary future we face. Plastics is just a very small symptom of that bigger problem.
This was part of Woolworths' commitment to achieve its zero packaging waste to landfill vision, part of which is to phase out single-use plastic bags by 2020.